Hello, everybody. My name is Jenny Mulm, and you are watching Jenny's Biblical Messages. And as I have stated before, the whole idea or prompting of doing these videos, these messages, is because God told me to tell my testimonies. So I just wanted to look up in the dictionary what testimony was, and it's a formal written or spoken statement, especially one given in a court of law, or it can be a public recounting of a religious conversion or experience. So that's what we're talking about today, is our religious experience or our spiritual experience. So my friend and I were at the pool yesterday, and we were just talking, and she said, Jenny, you've changed a lot since I've gotten to know you, but especially this past year, there has been something in you that's changed quite a bit. So we started recounting the things that happened about a year ago, and I wanted to give you this testimony today. So I was in this job that I didn't really like, but I didn't know what else to do. I was comfortable in this job. It was okay. There were people that worked there that I did not like, that were just like, ugh. And then there was other people that I did like. There was a test that I was taking that I just could not figure out this test. And I really thought at one point that God wanted me to take this test. I asked him at one time, as I'm studying for this test and taking it, I have one chance to take it for the state. And after that, if I fail it, then I will have to pay $1,000 each time I take this test. And I don't have $1,000 to pay to take this test. So God, will I have to pay to take this test? Can you promise me I won't have to pay to take this test? I don't want to go through all of this and do this for it not to be the thing. And he said something to the fact of, you will not have to pay to take this test. Okay, so I took it to mean that I was going to do really well on this test. I was going to pass it the first time and everything was going to be fine. But that's not what God was telling me. As I found out as the months went on, more of what he was telling me because of what happened was that this was not the right thing for me. But he didn't tell me that. He just said, you're not going to have to pay for this test. And I didn't pay for this test. So I'm in this job, and I don't know, probably about January, something like that, I just am really praying to God. And I'm like, I just don't know if this is if I'm in the right place, if this is the right job, if this is the right way that I want my future to go, but I don't know what to do. So I am going to stay here, and I am going to keep going and keep doing until you pick me up and take me out of this job, if that is what you want, if that's your will. So I prayed that, once a month or something. And all of a sudden, I think it was like the first week of June, my boss came in one day and told me that my job was no longer. They were getting rid of that position, and that HR is there and everything, and they're giving me a severance pay, and I can take my stuff and leave right now. No warning, no nothing. After the shock wore off of what happened, what I realized was God had to pick me up and take me out of that job, because I didn't know where to go or what to do. Because like I said, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just, I'm just living, it's just there. So my scripture for today is 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we live by faith and not by sight. Because what happened those next 7 weeks, I had to live by faith. You see, I did not get a job again until the end of July. It was 7 weeks that I was out of a job. I didn't have money. I didn't have much money saved up. I mean, that was gone through. My severance pay was for 2 weeks. I didn't have that. Luckily, I could get a little bit of, gosh, I don't even know what you call it, but like what you save up for retirement from that job. I had a few $1,000s in there. So I took that out, and that's what I lived on. Now that check was not quite $4,000. Okay. And I took that check not knowing what was going to happen next. This is maybe 2 weeks into it. This is probably like the severance pay. I've been paid through that. I still have all my bills to pay, so I'm not going out and doing anything extra, but I'm barely making it by, because I'm stretching every dollar that I have. So I go to God with this check. I get this check and I say, okay, God, here's what I'm going to do. It's funny when I think about it, because sometimes I don't pray. Sometimes I just say, this is what's going to happen here. If you've ever been in that situation. Okay. So anyways, I go to him and I say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I have never been a significant tither, but I am going to tithe 10% of this check to you. And if you get me through this, because I have no idea when my next check is going to come. I have no idea what's going to happen next. If you get me through this, I will always tithe to you. I will be consistent and always tithe to you. So some time goes on and I get an interview, 2 interviews. I get a job at this other place. I go to take the drug test. I don't take drugs. I barely even drink. And I took this test and she never got back to me. And so I call her one day. I'm supposed to start work on like Monday, and this is Thursday. And I say, hey, did you get this drug test back? Am I ready to start work on Monday? And she said, no, I haven't gotten it back. It just might take a little bit longer. We've noticed this lately. No worries about it. I will call you as soon as we get it. Okay. I have never to this day gotten a call back from that job. Never to this day. So I have this conversation on this Thursday, and about within that half hour, I get an email from this other job that I don't even remember that I applied for, because I had applied for so many. And she wanted to have an interview the next day. Well, I didn't know what was going to happen, so I just said, sure, I'll do this interview. So I had this interview online on Friday. I went to the office and had one interview on Monday. I had another interview on Wednesday, and I was hired by the next Friday. But it's going to take 3 weeks to get this job. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I have enough money for the next 3 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do here. That job is the job that I'm in now. That job is one of the best things that has happened to me as far as jobs go in my life. It was $10,000 more than what I was making before. It's Monday through Friday, no weekends. I can't even tell you the holidays and the vacation days and stuff I have. It comes out to be like almost 3 months of pay without working if you put it all together in one bundle. I mean, it is amazing. I love the people I work with. I love where I'm at. And I think going through God literally picking me up and taking me out of that job. And I needed to have patience, and I needed to wait, and I needed to believe that he was going to put me where I was supposed to be, is what changed me. And from then on out, is every day perfect? No, every day is never perfect. But I'm going to tell you what, I feel so satisfied with where I am in my job, with my friends, with my church. Everything now about my move here in Florida has all of a sudden come together, and it's very evident to see that God had his hand in every single situation and move down here. So something that I go by lately that I would love for you to hold on to today, write it down. This is not a scripture, but it comes from Esther chapter 2. And it's not a scripture per se, but it's part of Esther's life and what she did. And I heard it, and so I stand firm on this. And it's, God is giving me favor and opening doors I haven't even thought to knock on. Let me say that again. Get it through. Get a pen and paper. Write it down. God is giving me favor and opening doors I haven't even thought to knock on. He does that for me, and he's doing that for you. And I want you to hold on to that and see where your life is in a few months or a year from now. If you hold on to that, you're going to live by faith, not by sight. You're going to trust what he is saying. You're going to have the patience to do. And you know that he is opening doors and he is giving you favor for things that you don't have a clue what's coming up next. Have a blessed day, everybody.